Like I said, the humidity, guys, check it out. It's drenched, you know, the whole pant above my butt was just sweating completely. I mean, it's that bad. Now, if you want to visit Brunei, you don't have to come at the airport within Brunei. You can go into a smaller airport near the country, which is on an island that is part of Malaysia, and from there you can take a ferry over to Bandar City. So yeah, it's a little bit, you know, a little bit tricky. If you do see when you Google stuff and you leave you know, vicinity airports as an option, you will get that. Air Asia flies there frequently. The cost is a little bit cheaper from what I've seen, but then again, you gotta go through the hustle of going on a boat, and then from the ferry, from the dock, you gotta get another bus, taxi, or whatsoever into the city. So, you know, it was worth for me paying that extra, I think $25 in order to hop on straight into Bandar City. So yeah. Now I do have to say that it feels a little bit awkward, you know, being the only one that's walking. You know, I have not seen any other person walking besides the people at the mosque and the surrounding places in the market. You know, there's some people right there at the bus stop, you know, but yeah, overall, you know, it's quite deserted. Definitely trying to find a bus on the way back, because you know, there's not much to see around here. You know, going to the other mosque, a lot of times I do walk because of the unknown factor, right? You never know what you're gonna find on the streets, but here, you know, I mean, it's deserted. You know, there's you know, it looks like a little forest, an apartment building, or, you know, administrative building, or whatever that may be. But yeah, there's you know, I did see a reptile, one of those Komodo dragon look-alike. It was huge, guys. It was like a meter. Did not have my camera open, you know, got a little bit like, shit, I was not expecting that, you know. So that was the only unexpected thing, you know, that I've seen so far on the way, on the path to the other mosque. But here's the deal, this is what I feel, this is my feeling about Brunei right now. You know, that sensation that oh, I'm gonna do this, it's gonna answer my questions. Oh, I'm gonna go there, it's gonna answer my questions, or, you know, make up my mind. Brunei, it's a place where actually does not answer a lot of those questions. It just gives birth to additional questions. So, you know, thinking about the resources, thinking about the emptiness, you know, thinking about the size of the country, you know, thinking about its location, thinking about its past, you know, it just raises more questions rather than you know, clarifies previous questions. So yeah, that's probably how I would describe it right now at the moment. And this is actually still considered, you know, the center of the city, but they are completely different looks. So just made it within the complex of the other grand mosque, you know, the largest mosque. And yeah, you can definitely see that it's a little bit bigger, you know, not by extremely much, but yeah, officially I guess this is the grand mosque. But yeah, I just looked up the name, you know, just out of curiosity, and, you know, a little bit complicated, you know, it's called Jame Asr Hassanil Bolkiah Mosque. So yeah, and the other one, just so I can give you guys a full list, the other one was Omar Ali Saifuddin Mosque, the one that we have seen, the gem of the country. But yeah, this one looks quite nice. You know, it looks very similar to some of the other mosques that we have seen around the world, you know, through some of my pictures and so on. But yeah, let's go and see. You know, it might be close to praying time, so maybe I have to wait a little bit in order to get a look inside. But yeah, decent, nice. you know, golden domes, you know, gold, the common denominator, you know, in all nations around the world. So this is how it looks like, you know, just on the outskirts, I guess, if I can put it that way, of the mosque. You know, it's still just a hallway where people can just sit and chat, but yeah, you leave your shoes there and then, you know, you go towards the entrance. The minaret looks quite imposing. And this is one of the main entrances that has, you know, some pretty nice views. It looks like some people just, you know, got engaged, or they're getting married, or they're doing their after shots, whatever. Yeah, so this point, it's not bad at all. I mean, you cannot get any symmetry because of this pathway, walkway that we have in the middle right here. And, you know, it looks like a whole bunch of parking spots, but, you know, it does look quite decent, you know. I mean, even right now with the, you know, overcast sky and everything, it does look quite imposing. One thing that this complex does have are fountains. You know, they're everywhere. There are quite a few of them, little ones, micro ones, larger ones. Besides the point view that I showed you earlier, where the people are getting engaged, married, whatever, you know, there's not a specific excellent view spot of the whole mosque. Actually, what you have seen earlier, where the people were taking pictures in front of the fountains and so on, was that little dome right there. So it's not actually the grand dome of the mosque. So yeah. Now the bad thing about this bus station is that there's no one to ask, there's no map, there's you know, really odd. Again, just adding stuff to the oddness. So I'm probably gonna head back the same way I came, and hopefully find a bus station, and I don't know, hopefully it goes on the main road that goes back to the first mosque. So really not sure exactly, you know. I mean, there's no one to ask here, guys. I mean, there's cars here that people visit, but there's, you know, no maps, no signs, no anything that can be helpful, you know. And yeah, I'll see exactly. If not, I'll do another 2.5 kilometer walk, which is not bad, but as you can tell, my face, it's sweating. I'm sweating. This is way more humid than the Philippines. You know, in the Philippines, all the archipelago, you know, it's an archipelago, it's surrounded, you know, this is an island as well, but yeah, I was expecting that being 360 surrounded by water, rather than just on one side, it would be a little bit less humid, but that's clearly not the case. So I did not find a bus, 100. But found a guy with a card that just said going downtown, and said yep, so it's $1, same as the bus, probably, who knows. So came back really fast to my apartment, to my hotel here, because like I said, the humidity, guys, check it out, it's drenched, you know, the whole pant above my butt was just sweating completely. I mean, it's that bad. You know, I was a little bit shocked of how much it was. I knew there's gonna be a little bit of sweat, but yeah, it's quite hot here. And what about food-wise in Brunei? Well, not sure exactly. You know, a lot of things are closed today. It is a Sunday. I'm not sure why so many places are closed, but I decided, and I found this Indian place right next to me. So going with some chickpea curry and a whole bunch of rice. Go away, fly. And as I was mentioning about the floating village, here it is, guys. Yeah, it's you know, decent size, no doubt. But I also just noticed something all the way there. Not sure exactly what that is. It looks like a little mini palace with a mosque in front. You know, there's a whole bunch of little boats as well. So interesting, no doubt. Another little dome of a mosque. It looks like there's a mosque right here in the floating village as well. But yeah, it's quite interesting. So it did decide to rain a little bit, but still going on the other side at the floating village to check it out, just to see how it is. Yeah, you can take a boat ride, one of these, for $1 and see how it is. So yeah, guys, when I mentioned $8, it's actually a Brunei dollar, right? Not a US dollar. Right now it's going for $1 US, 1.3 Brunei dollar. So very, very similar to the Singaporean dollar. That is because the Brunei dollar and the Singapore dollar, they're pegged, right? So 1 equals 1. And if you go to the stores here, everywhere they'll accept Singapore dollars as well because of that reason. But either way, that was just a little parenthesis. Turning around, and you can see this is the view that you're gonna get of the city. And behind me, you get a whole bunch of you know, houses. Not sure exactly what the purpose, if they're accommodation, if they're restaurants. You know, they look very, very similar to something you might see in Louisiana, out of all places. You know, they don't have a vlog from Louisiana. I've been to New Orleans. I've been to some of those places in the south of the United States. But yeah, it kind of represents a little bit, especially the way the houses are built, you know, with the wood, the shapes and everything. But yeah, quite interesting. And it looks like there's more rain coming, guys, this way. Damn, there's the mosque. Getting a little bit of a splash. Can't see it very well, but damn, it's so strong. It's getting very, very strong at this point. So guys, just waiting for the rain to kind of stop or slow down a little bit, and all of a sudden I felt something in my pocket, and the phone vibrated, and I looked at it, and I still have Wi-Fi connection. My hotel is located way over there in that building on the right side, well, middle right now, and the signal is that strong, which is quite impressive. Just wanted to point that out because it will be something I'll totally forget as time goes by. So it looks like some of these are lodges, guys, for accommodation and other stuff. But yeah, it's quite interesting. You know how it's such a vast you know, complex of these floating houses. You know, there you get the big city of Bandar City, you know, again, you know, one of the highest GDPs in the world, purchasing power wise, right? And then you got a floating village within the city, so it's quite interesting. But yeah, check it out. I mean, it's interesting. There's color everywhere, you know. There's a big duck right there, you know. It's life. It's interesting to just wonder. You know, again, this is probably what makes Brunei an interesting country, no doubt whatsoever. I have mixed feelings. I definitely have mixed feelings, but it's definitely something that, you know, should be on a list. It doesn't matter if you do it now, it doesn't matter if you do it 10 years from now, it doesn't matter if you do it 30 years from now. I think, you know, it's a place where might as well, you know, because it's quite intriguing. So probably the most colorful house that I have seen so far, this one right here. I'm not sure exactly. Again, most likely it's a lodge, most likely it's, you know, it has some role, right? There's too much color. But again, guys, like the city itself, deserted. You know, there's not that many people out there. Are these people right here on the boat, loading, unloading, not sure exactly what, but besides that, nothing. You know, it's a call for prayer right now in the evening. But yeah, again, you have seen quite a few footage. You know, I've been rambling in Brunei, you know, just about anything or nothing, and you have seen the streets and nothing. There's barely any people. Here and there the bus station had some people around, you know. It's a main point, you know, the airport and so on, and a few shops here and there, but besides that, barely anyone on the street. The floating village, you know, even around the main mosques, very few people. Still raining on and off, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys a few more footage from the village, just because, you know, I find it intriguing. I truly find it as one of the most intriguing things to do here in Brunei. Hey, there's life, right? I mean, yeah, you do see a boat here and there. Damn, it's pouring. I was gonna go to that mosque, but yeah, let me see if I can go really fast and take cover. A very decorative bridge with a lot of pink in it and some globes. Pink Christmas, man, check it out. It's actually a whole bunch more purple and a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, damn. Yeah, guys, there are literally, you know, hundreds of houses here. And here is the mosque as well, guys, on the other side. It looks like it might be on land, though. You know, it just seems to be part of the village. You know, it does have the pillars, you know, so it you know, it's still floating, you know, in this lake, river, whatever, pond, big pond, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know if it has an opening to the sea or not, but yeah, it looks like part of it might be on land as well. There are cars there and all that stuff. So yeah, no doubt whatsoever. Very, very interesting place. Even though it rained quite a bit, I was in a rush. Right now I'm under this cover. It looks like a small little pier where boats come as well, and they take you. So I'm not sure exactly if they can take you from here. There's no one around here. There's a whole bunch of people there, all the way back to the other side where the actual city is. But yeah, it's intriguing. Definitely intriguing. There's a giant bridge right there that's you know, kind of imitating a minaret, you know, the big pillar, the big stand. But yeah, phenomenal. I'm gonna head back to the hotel because I'm super soaked. You know, this is interesting. You know, that hopefully the weather does cooperate a little bit until the end, because I really definitely want to get some nice shots, some twilight shots of the mosque itself when it gets lit up. Beautiful sky, but we'll find out. I'm actually gonna ask this guy if he's coming here. He's not, definitely not interested. He knows I'm gonna ask for $1, so yeah, I'm gonna go back and you know, get it a little bit dry and then head back out, hopefully for twilight.